Hello,
Hey,
coach.
Christos.
Congratulations on the win. Fourth straight win on the road. What it means for you? Because it was the first time since 2012, if I remember right, that you made four straight wins. How important is that for you?
Well, you did your research. I didn't know that, but you know, winning on the road is still an important thing. It's tough to do with the travel and everything. So to get these four wins, that was our goal going into it. We thought we had four games that we could win. So, um, that's the second time we've swept a road trip. We went 3-0 on another previous road trip. So I like how we're playing. Um, I like the direction we're going with Nurk getting there and adding Norman, and it's CJ's looking good. So it's good to get wins on the road, but more importantly, I like the direction that we're going.
Next question's coming from Casey Holdall with Trailblazers.com.
Terry, third quarters is something that we asked you about a lot in a negative sense, but the past couple of games, you guys have been great in the third quarter. Tonight, I think you shot 70% from three. Is there anything different, or is it just hitting shots, or do you feel anything different?
Well, I'll say this about the third quarters. Last year, it was definitely a thing. Our third quarters last year was we were very poor. I don't know that it is the same this year or not. I don't feel like the third quarters have been as big an issue this season as they were last year. So if you'd show me some analytics on that, I'll try and explain it. But anyway, we did have a good third quarter. To be honest, I liked our second and fourth quarter because defensively we were locked in both of those quarters. They held them to 19 and 22 in both those quarters. So we did stretch it out in the third, but I really liked the second and the fourth.
Next question's coming from AJ McCord with Coin.
Terry, you set me up perfectly for my question because I was going to mention the second and the fourth quarter defensively. Obviously, we know defense is a priority. You guys want to prove how good you can be at it. How do you gauge that? Do you look at the box score per quarter, or what are you looking at to gauge how much better you guys are getting defensively?
Well, the first thing is the scoreboard. But defensive field goal percentage, total points, ultimately it comes down, we're rated on points per possession. So that's what gets you your rating. So obviously if we can hold them to a low number in a quarter, you like it. But I'll say this, having Nurk back makes a huge difference. He's impacted every game he's played so far defensively. We're a much better defensive team with him being able to play. Adding Norman, another defensive player, has really helped. So, but to your point about how do we judge defense quarters, you just, other than the analytics, you just kind of have a feel. Even the first quarter, they had 33 in the first quarter, but they made some shots that you kind of wouldn't expect them to make. They banked a three. One guy hits a 30-footer. So there was some, even the first quarter wasn't that bad, but Detroit made some shots.
Casey Holdall, Trailblazers.com.
Dame sat in the first quarter for a little bit. Is that something you're going to look to link with an addition of Norman?
We gave it a shot.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to do that anymore, but it was, he played the same amount of minutes in the first half. He played his 18 minutes in the first half. We divided it up into 2 3-minute breaks. We probably won't be doing that anymore, but it was something that I wanted to look at and he was open to.
Jamie
That was a
Hudson.
good observation though, Casey.
Thank you, Terry.
Jamie Hudson, NBC Sports Northwest.
Coach, with these types of games and being the last game on the road trip, sometimes teams can overlook it and just want to get home, right? So for you and your team, how much would you say that this team has grown to make sure they got this win tonight?
I don't know. Growing is the right word. I think we've been a pretty professional team throughout the year. I don't think we've taken games lightly per se. And, I felt like we had the same approach. So I don't know. We've lost some games that we felt like we could have won, but I don't think it's a case of taking teams lightly. So I don't know that we actually needed to grow in that area. But, to your point though, last game of a road trip. We're 3-0. We're playing the team with a poor record. It is easy to overlook it, and I'm glad we didn't.
Jason Quick, The Athletic.
Coach, a pretty big week ahead. Do you allow yourself to look that far ahead, knowing that the opponents kind of go up a notch?
Well, you know, I know we've got some good teams coming up. Obviously, Milwaukee is next, and we got Clippers in Utah next week. So, you know, you're going to have those games on your schedule, but you know, you play each game one at a time, and you can't get ahead of yourself. You know, just like your question about Kawhi or LeBron or something like that. We know those games are coming, but we got to worry about Milwaukee first.
Are you kind of curious, though, to see how you fare against those teams? I mean, that generally can be a pretty good barometer.
I am when the games come. Right now, Milwaukee's a good team, and we got to worry about Milwaukee. And you know, Oklahoma City's already beaten us once, so we don't have that luxury. And you know, it's part of the schedule. We'll play them when we play them.
Last question's coming from Dwight James with NBC Sports Northwest.
Terry, you mentioned improvement with Nurk on the floor, and I'm just wondering what you're seeing with him. How does he particularly impact your defense?
His size, obviously, for one, he moves his feet well. He's a presence in the paint. He rebounds well. He can be aggressive on pick and rolls. He can black is switch. He's comfortable with our system. He communicates well. I think he just does a lot of things at the defensive end that helps us out.